Hello, Los Angeles. This is Pascal Vicedomini from Roma, Italy. I am so happy to be in touch with you. This is an important day for the festival. This is the fourth day. We are approaching the end of the week when on Friday night at the Institute of Culture in Brentwood, it will be the presentation of the Legend Award to the Maestro Dante Spinotti and to other two candidates to the Oscar, as well as Paolo Sorrentino. We're gonna honor with Maestro Spinotti, Enrico Casarosa, nominated for Best Animation, Luca is the name of the movie, produced by Pixar Disney. Then we have another wonderful artist, a costume designer, nominated to the Oscar for the second time on a row. Last year for Pinocchio, directed by Matteo Garrone, this year for Cyrano, directed by Joe Wright. So it's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. We can see some images all over. There is the preparation of the Oscars, of course, and there is a lot of action. Of course, we are here in this area. It's just in the middle of Hollywood, just around the corner of the Hollywood and Island Center, where there is the Chinese Theater and of course the Hollywood Dolby Theater. As you can see, they are preparing the place where the red carpet covered, and here we moved where we are now in still yes in on the red carpet, just in front of the theater where my friend Jimmy Kimmel every single day makes his show, Walk of Fame, where exactly we had the privilege to make the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce present 4 stars. We are happy that we could achieve, thanks to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, 4 stars for Italian legends. First of all, Bernardo Bertolucci. Then we had Andrea Bocelli, and to follow Maestro Ennio Morricone. I remember that day with Quentin Tarantino, and of course the last time with my beloved friend and dear Maestra Lina Vermeuler in 2019. You can see Hollywood Boulevard very close because they are preparing everything. But let's go live to Hollywood with Maestro Dante Spinotti. What a privilege to have him here. Maestro, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, hello.
Hello.
It's my, hello Pascal, it's my privilege.
No, Maestro, we know how busy you are all the time. You are one of the most beloved Italian men in Hollywood. You are really an icon. The only person talking about men that I remember so much loved was Dino De Laurentiis. Now it's your time. You are the guru of the Italian cinema in Hollywood. How does it feel to be considered so important for the Italian cinema?
Well, thank you, Pascal. I would never get close to the idea of, me being in the same category as Dino De Laurentiis. Dino was a giant of film production, and the reason why I'm here talking to you is I owe it to him. I owe it to Dino, who's been always very supportive. I mean, I worked with Dino for 2 years, for 2-3 years. And then I kept going on and had a wonderful relationship with Marta De Laurentiis, his wife. So thank you, Naples, too. Why not? Naples, I am doing a documentary in Naples with a very good friend of ours who is Trudy Styler. And so I will be back in Naples at the end of May to finish the documentary. And, I've shot there for a month and a half. And I've known Naples way back since I was in the military service, soldier. Because I shot there a very important movie for Naples, which is Così parlò Bella Vista by Luciano De Crescenzo. So yes, I'm happy to be here and happy to have this recognition from Italy, from Italians, from you, from the Italian community here in Los Angeles.
So you gave me many issues to talk about. You started from my hometown, Napoli, and you cannot believe how proud we are. You and Trudy Styler are making these documentaries. I know that Trudy has been shooting a lot. I know that she's driving you and the producer Luciano Stella and the other lady, my dear friend, I forget the name, but I will back Carolina Terzi.
Yes,
She's making crazy, but actually Trudy is trying to give her love for passion for this area. As you know, Trudy has been serving the Ischia Global Festival as president since 2008 when she first arrived, and in 2009 she also brought her wonderful husband Sting. Since then they become almost honorary citizen, and of course through the years when Sting come to make concert in Napoli, and of course all the time she's been going through to approach Ischia, she get in love for the town. So I remember when Luciano Stella talked to me about Trudy directing, I said this is a smart idea, and I really made my effort in order to make it happen. Then, when Trudy was involved, the first thing she says, yes, I'm doing it, just if with me will be Maestro Dante Spinotti.
Mhm. Yes, we did a film probably 30 years ago, I have to say, produced by Mario Orfini in Cinecittà. And since then, it's kind of rare that in the in the profession of making movies, that you establish these very long friendships, meaning you have a very intense relationship while you're doing the film, but then you never know. Maybe you see someone 20 years later, or maybe 2 weeks later. In this case, we've been staying friends for a long time with Trudy and also with Sting. I must say they're kind of a wonderful couple, and then the enthusiasm of going back to Naples and finding the city again, and which is so exciting and so interesting and so beautiful to shoot. And So I'm looking forward even to this final week in Napoli. You know, not to mention, I mean, somebody was talking to me about a life changer recently. A friend of mine, a life changer, talking about food. This food. A real life changer is to be in a restaurant in Naples and have a pizza. That experience is a real life changer between many other things.
Well, I know that for you has been much more than a pizza because I know that you've been shooting so many hours of material, and to make just one long feature will be difficult to cut with all the great material you already shot. What do you want to achieve with this movie? I heard that she means Miss Trudy Styler, wants to name this movie, and then there is Naples, e poi c'è Napoli. I don't know if it will be the final title, but this already means a lot to me, that she wants to say that there is Italy and there is the world, but then Napoli is another story. What is the story of Napoli for Dante Spinotti and Trudy Styler?
Well, um, documentaries are becoming more and more important, more and more spectacular because of the help of technology. Um, I carry with me a still camera. It's a Leica on my neck all the time. This means that when I see something beautiful, I can pick up my camera, lift it up, and press a button, and I film and I photograph. and I film what is beautiful in front of me. So this to me is very exciting because we have of course, a small crew. It's not a crew as big as a movie set. We have a small crew of very good people. We have regular traditional cameras, beautiful, and also a beautiful Napolitan crew, and someone is coming from Rome. But on the side of that, I carry my camera, so that allows me to capture beauty when I see it, and this is very exciting for me. So, what am I trying to do? Impacted again by the greatness of this Napoli, of this city, in all its aspects. You know, what's great about Trudy is that she's really digging deep. I mean, she's doing a movie looking at Napolitan families, Napolitan professions, uh, artists, named Napolitan artists. Um, what else? There's also some music. There are immigrated people to Napoli. We met on the street some amazing people, like a lady who was as good as any amazing actress you can find on stage, and she took us through some dialogue she invented on the spot without ever looking in camera. I mean, she was a huge talent found. So, we do hope that in the end there will be an interesting visually film about what Napoli is deep down, meaning in a very intimate way, because we go to the people's home, to the family's home. We talk about women's association. We have this encounter with Don Antonio, Rione Sanità, who has some incredible initiatives. We have, of course, we spoke to Roberto Saviano, and a lot of people and characters that were found by Luciano and Lorenza Stella, who are wonderful, really wonderful producers. And I've known Trudy through the years for being a very accurate, very serious, very involved, filmmaker and director. And that's how she approached this story, with also an important experience, also a documentarian, because she took part in some award-winning documentaries, some Academy Award-winning, Oscar-winning documentaries with the late Michael Apted. So it's just great, That's why I'm making all the efforts to be back there for the last week at the end of May and complete this film.
Actually, we hope that this year, if you're not busy, you can make also to Ischia finally, July 10, 17. We are dying to have you there, Maestro. Please try to find a little hole in your full agenda between professional commitment and family affair, which is a big part of your life. Considering you are Italian, we totally understand that family first of all. I was very impressed while you were talking, because you spoke a few times about the freedom you have going around with your camera. Of course, being a legendary maestro, there are so many professionals who actually are dying to work with you and to carry on their camera with you to take all the images. But you, during this conversation, did a few times this sign showing this I'm free with my Leica. So you think that technology is helping creativity, though?
Well, technology is only a help. I mean, you do these things. Your contribution to these things, like in any movie, is really a storytelling contribution. Is a contribution to your creativity. However, technology is helping, especially in documentary, because this lightweight camera is very immediate. It's very fast. You just lift it to your eyes. You don't have to take it off the case. You don't waste precious minutes. One morning we were shooting close to a very famous fish store. I'm sure you know it, Pascal. It's somewhere in Rione, Napoli. It's a great fish store, and the main crew was shooting somewhere else. I stayed back there, and at some point, this fish store, which was in the open, with all the beautiful fresh fish brought in, laid out on big tables in front of the store, like a theater operation started. One of the people that were selling fish in the store, with the owners, one of the clerks, whatever, they started singing in Napolitan and talking loud, inviting clients to come and check this fish. Hey, it was deep Napolitan. It was a fantastic event that happened right there, in front of my eyes. So we had our sound mixer next to us, who stayed back, and it was just amazing. So in itself, it's a huge, moment of human theater happening right there on the spot that you can capture because you are fast, because you have this new technology that's happening to you. And, the thing tells a story about the way, this culture in Napoli has to do with life, the way they approach life with a lot of energy and with a touch of positive attitude and happiness at the same time.
Maestro, you are being an hero for Hollywood directors for a while. Do you remember when you first arrived in Hollywood with your first job? The world is definitely changed a lot. What's your feeling looking back at so many years ago?
Well, as you said, really a lot has changed in these years, especially from the very first time that my wife to be back then, and I came here. I was doing a film for Vides. It was called I Paladini, Storie d'Armi ed Amore. It was my first movie as a freelance. How many years ago? I don't know, maybe 40, 44, 43. And I was invited to go to Hollywood to meet some of the people who were doing visual effects here to be able to contribute to our movie and do write a relation on what was available in the visual effect world for the film we were shooting with Giacomo Mattiato and Vides. Nicola Carraro was the producer. So a lot of time has obviously changed from there. I went to Disney, I went to different companies. But even if I go back to 20 years ago when I came here to do my first movie, no, wait a minute, it was more than 20 years. I'm sorry, it was 32 years. My first movie was Beaches with Disney. Especially now with also we went through the pandemic, so people for some time didn't go into the movie theaters, went very little. A lot now is television. We have these big television sets in our houses, so a lot of time it's just better to stay home and watch a movie at home as opposed to going out to the theaters. And so we are seeing these changes as well as, for instance, the fact that I remember, as many years ago that my wife and I went, we were doing the first movie, Beaches, with Disney. And I did the first movie because that first movie here in Hollywood with Disney, because after having seen a movie like Crimes of the Heart, which I did with Dino De Laurentiis producing, and which had three great actresses, Diane Keaton, Jessica Lange, Sissy Spacek, I was kind of considered the cinematographer who could make every lady look 10 years younger. Imagine that. And so Disney called me to have a meeting about the possibility of doing a movie with Bette Midler, who was then a very popular actress, she was making huge box office, making a lot of money with her movies, very successful. And so I came here to do this film with her, with Gary Marshall directing. That was the first time. But I remember when we were going around in Marcella, we were waiting for the answer from the studio, who decided very quickly. Well, I went to lunch, probably got a little drunk, and I went to lunch here in LA. And immediately after, the phone rang, and it was my agent saying, Dante, at Disney, they confirmed that they want you to do the film. And they invite you to go right away to the studio to talk to the head of the studios about doing the movie. And I remember thinking also, guess what, that, the food has changed a lot here in Los Angeles. Meaning back then, it was a very American food. The quality was so. The wines coming from California were not really good. I mean, good and honest, but very heavy in taste. This has changed in these 40 years, normal 35 years, whatever it is, enormously. Now Los Angeles is probably one of the capitals of restoration and great food, and chefs come here to compete. And the California wines are very expensive, but they're definitely comparable with any wine coming from Italy or France.
Especially the wine coming from Palagio, where Sting and Trudy produces several varieties of wine, no? I bet you have at home plenty of their wine.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I tried them all, and they recently changed their winemaker, and they are just really excellent and fantastic. Not to forget about some wines from Naples too. I know there's an area where they produce some wonderful wine. Pascal, I don't remember where exactly, but I tried one day and I was really surprised.
Maestro, listening to your answer about my thought of difference between the past and today, I can tell that Los Angeles has changed a lot, but it's not changed the love that the Los Angelino and all America has for Italy, for the Italians, and for real maestros such as you and such as Renzo Piano, considering also that Architetto Renzo Piano has been responsible for the construction of the Academy Museum that was opened last fall with the Visionary Award presented to Miss Sophia Loren. So how do you like the Academy Museum? I know that it was a lot of time, it takes a lot of time to make it work. You are a member of the Academy, you have been twice nominated. Do you recognize yourself in that building done by Renzo Piano?
That is excuse me, let me turn this off. That
Renzo
is
Piano
a
on the
good,
phone.
yeah, no, it's not exactly.
Trudy, maybe.
However, I also was, when the operation started with Renzo Piano, I also was in the, oh, I'm sorry. Please. I also was in the
board.
The board of directors of the Academy, so I went to a couple of meetings or three with Renzo Piano as well. On encounters, I met him, and that was great. I have to say that finally, this last year and this winter, I was able to come back to Italy and see my kids. I had 2 children in Italy and 2 grandchildren. I was able to come back, and so I haven't had the chance with you, to be quite honest, to go and see the museum, which I will do very soon. So I haven't seen it yet. And
okay. But I heard many good things. I mean, in any way, there is not changed the love that American has for us. It's even improved, considering also the three nominations that there are this year to the Oscar. We are very well respected.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we have a history here, you know. You probably do not know that the founder of the Bank of America, maybe you don't know, Pascal, the founder of the Bank of America was an Italian man from San Francisco. You know, a guy who probably started, you know, after the big fire, I think, in San Francisco. I don't remember exactly what year. But he had a bancarella, you know, at the on the harbor of San Francisco, and he was lending money to his Italian, you know, paisanos, Italian connational, and he did so well that he became the president, the founder, the first president, the founder of the Bank of America. So, yes, we are definitely here. We are beloved, as you know. My great colleague Vittorio Storaro is one of the great maestros of lighting for cinema, of telling stories for cinema, because we talk about lighting. In fact, what we do is we tell the story through our camera work on lighting, the camera position. We tell the story, we help tell the story in a film with the director, and we help making it fascinating.
Maestro, you are being honored with so many awards. I think you deserve an Oscar. I hope that you're gonna get it for a movie, but I'm gonna fight to make the Academy honor you as I did for Lina Vermeulen, because you really are somebody who makes the difference in Hollywood. How do you feel so much loved in this difficult business? Because there is no doubt you are one of the most respected professional in that town.
Well, you are very generous in your comments, Pascal. I think one of the reasons is that I'm coming from a region called Friuli, actually from a part of Friuli, which is called Carnia. So those people are kind of recognized from being enduring, sort of hard-headed. You know, coming here was not easy because you're encountering new crews, you're working with new people, nobody knows you. You just have to be able to endure difficult moments, frustrations. And of course, I was lucky because I was kind of born with one talent, which is light and shadow. So you need to probably, you know, trust your talent, and even though the times are hard, just keep going and endure.
Perfect. So, Maestro, I really thank you so much for your time. I can't wait that on Friday night, when the Consul General of Italy, Silvia Chiave, the Director of Italian Institute of Culture, Emanuele Amendola, will honor you at the Italian Institute of Cultura. I'm so sorry, I am in Rome, I won't be with you, but I will try. I will send you a message. I will try to connect, because for me it's a really magic moment to have you attending the Los Angeles Italia Festival, accepting the Italia Legend Award. We are so proud of you, and we really looking forward to see you in person in Italy again. And for now, just one word: God bless you, Maestro.
Grazie. Thank you, Pascal. It's great. I'm looking forward too. I'm so sorry you're not going to be here. I was sure that you were here in Los Angeles.
I'm so sorry too, but you know, I am now I am having a live late night show on Rai 2, going just tonight. I go now to make the show live, and it's a 90-minute show, so it's a big deal. And you know, you teach me that when you have the job, first of all you gotta take care of the job, then you take care of pleasure. And to get to meet you, for me it's like such an honor. And even with the technology. I am so happy, and really it was so much great. I'm so grateful to you to make this conversation happen. Thank you so much, maestro.
Ci vediamo a Napoli, grazie. Thank you.
Grazie a lei.
Pascal.
See you later, guys. Shortly with Gina Gershon again, live from a little bit of Italy, and of course a little from Hollywood.